Hello, and welcome to Oso Libre this month for September 2020. I'm Michael Barretto. After a very odd August, which saw extreme heats up to 110 here at the winery, followed by extreme smoke, which made it difficult for us to welcome in guests, we did stay open and were able to accommodate all those that made reservations. We appreciate you making out. We know that you traveled a long way and wanted to be sure we were available for you. It was a little uncomfortable, but we made it through and everybody appeared to have a great time. So thank you very much. Now we're into September, first week of September, and oddly enough, we had temperatures that are forecasted for about 112 degrees. So looks like a repeat. Hopefully the fires will stay at bay and we'll be able to keep the smoke out and people safe. On the COVID front, looks like last month, the month before, and the month before, but still we are open for tasting outdoors. So still some summer heat. If you're coming to visit, please prepare for a little bit of the summer heat. Now, moving on to this month's program, we have some great content for you. And we're going to start off with Janine and myself doing a little vineyard walk and some chemistry. We're going to be getting ready for harvest and sampling some grapes in the Cabernet, see where we're at there. After that, we're going to go behind the cellar door once more. Luis, our cellar master, is going to join us, and we're going to talk about getting barrels ready for harvest and some bottlings we have up. And lastly, Ashley is going to bake a harvest pie for us. A little bit of, it's something that people don't really think of. I've been doing cobblers and pies with grapes for about 8 to 10 years. They're very tasty and pretty simple. So we'll look forward to that at the end of the program. Go ahead and watch this, and we'll see you at the end.
Hi everyone, Janine here, and welcome to our new informational segment called Don't Stand So Close to Me, where I learn by doing with the help of our winemaker, Michael Barretto here. Today, we are going to learn about grape sampling and analysis.
Okay, today, Janine's going to do some grape sampling in the vineyard for us today, and then analyze the grapes to see how close we are to harvest. So, the idea behind this is she's going to do it all, and I'm going to tell her how to do it. We're standing in Cabernet Block 4 at the Oso Libre estate. And what we're going to do is sample this block to check its ripeness for proximity to harvest. To do that, you'll need to cut your block or divide it into 4 rows. That's typically what I do just to get an overall sampling of the block. And what that means, if we have 28 rows of grapes here, we're going to walk down 4 individual rows, one towards the end, 2 in the middle, and 1 at the other end, and pull grape samples. Then we'll analyze them to see which have the best, we'll analyze them for ripeness. So Janine's going to do that by grabbing a bucket and a set of grapevine pruners. And what I want you to do, Janine, is you're going to walk along just like these grapes are at the grocery store, and every 25 steps, you're going to clip off a grape cluster. Then you're going to take another 25 steps, go to the other vine row, and take another sample. And you're going to zigzag back and forth until you reach the end of the row, go up and down 3 more rows, and then you're done. You should have about a bucket full of grapes when you're done.
Okay.
Also, you need to do this completely randomly. And if you look at the grape clusters that are on the vines, especially those over there, you'll see that, there's...
Some of those are still green.
Yeah,
hey, don't stand so close to me.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So you'll see some of them have a little bit of green on them.
Uh-huh.
What I want you to do as you're walking is... when you're ready, when you get your 25th step, just grab a cluster without looking at it, and then cut it.
Okay.
Knowing that these are like going to the grocery store, if you're going to pull a sample and go, hey, those look pretty good, and at that point you'll skew your sample.
Got
So we
it.
want it to be as completely random as possible.
Okay.
So when you're getting ready to do this, first thing you want to do is put on a nice, comfortable pair of walking shoes so that you can walk your way through
Right.
the uneven vineyards.
These are my shoes of choice today.
Didn't get the memo. And you're going to then collect your sample. So get your clippers,
All right.
and I'd start maybe about 10 steps in from the beginning of the row.
Okay. This
Okay.
is about where I'm at, right?
Okay. So go ahead and just randomly grab in. Just grab.
Don't stand so close to me. My goodness, we're in a pandemic, Michael.
And just grab a cluster, clip it, and put it in the bucket. 25 paces.
Okay.
And then after you make your way through 4 rows, we'll go to the winery, sample, and pick it up from there.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
Go ahead and grab. Okay, 25 paces, other side of the vine. Keep going.
All right. We're back in the winery. Now what, Michael?
Now that we're back in the winery, Janine is going to crush the grapes using a potato masher to get the juice out of them, and then we're going to take that juice and analyze it. So what I'd like you to do is take the masher there on the counter. This is going to be the workout for the day, and start crushing the grapes till you have hardly anything left.
Okay. All right. How's that look?
That looks pretty good. Next, for juice analysis, what I need you to do is take that cup, that strainer, and put some juice into the cup. There we go. That's good. That's enough. Okay?
Okay.
And now you've got the refractometer. Go ahead and pull that up. It looks like a little telescope. You can leave the tissue in the box.
Okay.
And then there is a little dropper in there, in the box. Pick up the dropper
Okay.
and go into the juice and pick up a little bit of grape juice.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do, the way that you're seeing the prism is correct.
Okay.
With the dropper, maybe if you want to experiment on the board there, try
This-
to just put
Right here. Okay.
try to put one drop down. Okay? Now, on the angled prism, the one that's furthest away from you, put a drop on there,
Like in the middle?
in the middle. One drop. Okay? Now you can set down the dropper. And then the top prism, go ahead and flip it over. Let it slam. There you go. Now look through the device. The eye hole. Hold it up to the light. You should see a range of numbers. And you should see blue and white.
Yes.
Can you see a defining line between the blue and the white?
Yes.
What is that number?
It is just under 20.
So that is the sugar level of the grapes that we sampled today.
Okay.
Right now, those are the steps that we go through to monitor the ripeness of our grapes, and we'll do that weekly until harvest. So hope you enjoyed it, and you have a little in-depth explanation of what we do here in the cellar.
Thanks for tuning in today for Don't Stand So Close to Me. We'll see you soon.
And welcome to Behind the Cellar Door for September. I'm Michael, and with me I have Luis, Cellar Master here at Oso Libre. And we're just going to kind of go over what's going on in the cellar this month, see what's, as we're preparing for harvest, what we need to do to be ready for it. and just kind of go over things, kind of planning session. So Luis has been last few weeks getting our wines ready for bottling. About the middle of September, we're going to be bottling our 2017 Carnal, 2017 Revolution, and 2019 Velato, which you will find in your next wine club shipments. So look forward to those. As that bottling happens, we're going to be emptying barrels, which will get barrels ready for upcoming harvest. But also, he's been doing some barrel prep already. So what have you been doing to the barrels to get them ready for harvest, our empty ones?
So I've been checking all of them for leaks, and just getting them ready, making sure they don't smell bad, and just getting the count so we have the ones that we need so that we're not short when the time comes. And it's been going pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty well.
Yeah, I've been having him count barrels over and over because we're looking at our estimates. We know what kind of fruit is coming in as far as volume-wise, so we want to be sure that when we get down to it, we got the right amount of barrels. This week, Luis went out and pulled our first samples of the season. So for the beginning of September, we have our Viogniers sitting right around 14, I believe. Zinfandel is in the 18 range, which is pretty good. And then individual cab blocks as low as 14 and as high as 16.2. The Movedra is all the way down at 13. We know that's always late, so just keep an eye on that as things move forward. As we get ready for bottling, a couple things Luis has been doing. He's been checking sulfurs and topping barrels.
Yes, sir.
What goes on with that?
So I just got to check all the wine that we're going to be bottling, and making sure they're at the right level with sulfur, making sure they taste right, they smell right. If anything is funky or at a sink, then I'd let you know. But so far everything's been good to go.
Okay, yeah. So what we do with the individual lots is we check them for their free sulfur. Sulfur is a preservative for wine, keeps it from oxidizing. We typically run our sulfurs about 30 to 35 parts per million. Very low amount, but it does protect the wines. And for as long as we barrel age, and then, when they go into a bottle, we want to be sure that they're nice and fresh for you when you open them. Let's see what else we got going on around here. We got bottling, we got samples. New barrels are showing up right here. In addition, kind of like Christmas every once in a while in the cellar, we get new barrels. And so these are some, what are they? Oh, I got some 3-year and 4-year aged American barrels. So the wood for these was aged for 3 to 4 years before the barrel was made. And that drying out of the wood helps remove any green flavors from the wood. We also got a couple this year. The wood was aged for 5 years before the barrel was made. That's a time commitment. So after that, we'll be bottling, and then should start harvest in October. And that'll be something that we'll get to on our next edition of Behind the Cellar Door. Maybe be out in the vineyard. I don't know if October will have scenes of harvest, but we'll have some interesting stuff for you. So I appreciate you watching. And if you have any questions, send us an email. We'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for joining us Behind the Cellar Door.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're just finishing. I'm cleaning up after the grape sample segment that we did for the show.
Oh, okay. Well, someone outside wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Hey, what are you going to do with all these grapes?
They're left over. We're just going to throw them away.
Well, I have an idea. I'll make grape pie. Let me just go get some things. Well, I'm already here with everything I need, and Michael is still stuck outside, so we are going to make some grape pie. So, first thing, I have everything I need here. I got my sugar, a cup, I got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, dissolved in water, and a tablespoon of butter, and I got my grapes. So we're gonna start by dumping these in. then we're gonna add the cup of sugar. And we're just gonna mix this here, break it up a little bit until it gets good and thick. All right, well now that this is boiling and good, we're gonna take our cornstarch and add that in. All right, and then start stirring again and let it get good and thick. All right, well this looks like it's ready, so we're gonna add the butter and let that get all good and melted. Stir that all around. Okay, while that's melting there, I'm gonna move all this stuff over here, get it out of the way. It's all melted in there. Looks good. All right, now all we gotta do is fill our pie crust, which I have right here. So we're just gonna carefully dump this in here. I'm prone to make a mess, so let's hope I keep it all there. Okay, and now I have my other one. Got some grape everywhere, but that's okay. All right, we got some. It's lovely, guys, lovely. I think it, takes first place in the baking competition here, for sure. All right, so now that that's good and on, go ahead and I'll make a slit in the top here. That should be good. All right, and then we're just going to put it in a 350-degree oven and let it bake for 50 minutes. And then we'll have some delicious pie. All right, well, the pie's done, but we always have to have a wine pairing. So today we're gonna talk about our new 2016 Reserva. It's a blend of Cab and Merlot and aged for 40 months on French oak. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a little taster here. Yep, that's delicious. Not bad, guys. All right, well, let's go ahead and dig into this here. Oh. Oh, it's a little juicy. Let's see if I can get this put on the plate without falling apart too much. Oh, well, there's all the insides. Scoop it out here. Take a bite. It smells good. We smelled it all through the winery. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's delicious. So very good, guys. Gotta give it a shot. All right. Well, grape pie made from grapes right out of the vineyard. Good job. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. See you next time.
Well, we all got to taste the pie afterwards, and it tasted very good. And once it cooled down, it did set. So it wasn't a complete watery mess. We just rushed the production a little bit in that. Sorry for that. But harvest pie, try it at home. You can do it with grapes at the grocery store, or if you're in wine country, you can get a few clusters off of somebody's vineyard, hopefully, and try it yourself. So that's going to wrap it up for this month at Oso Libre. I just want to mention that Chris is still on assignment in LA. He plans to be back here in the middle of the month, just in time for harvest. I mentioned at the beginning of the show we had some smoke in August, And for where we are in the vineyard, as far as ripeness, the smoke should not be an issue for us. We were early in veraison when we had that smoke event, and grapes were still pretty hard and did not absorb any of the smoke that we had. So unless we have another smoke event, we should be okay, but things are looking well at this point. Planning on harvesting our first grapes off the vineyard probably now mid-October with the Primitivo, and we will talk about more of that next month. Again, thank you all for joining. If you have a chance to make it to Paso Robles and want to join us for harvest, be sure to make a reservation. Stop by and see us. We would love to see you. Look forward to seeing you next month on This Month at Oso Libre. Okay, let's make sure that we're good here. Hold that right there. 6 feet, perfect. Don't move. Don't get any closer to me. Okay, so go ahead and catch that. Look at that. Good catch.
Do I really have to walk all the way down this road? My God. Don't stand so close to me!
We're gonna put it, ooh, let's see how gently I can do that. Oh, uh-oh, major difficulties here. Did not work out like it was supposed to. Okay. My mom would be so ashamed of me right now.